Francis Marion Conyers and Sarah F. Conyers once lived in these areas, and they're buried here somewhere in these woods. And they built a life together out here. Many memories made over the years. And more of the family members may be buried out in this place as well. And the cemetery may be lost, but their souls aren't forgotten. May they rest in peace. Viewing some maps here, and this is a map of the old land grant that the family owned at one time in this area. I'm comparing it to this modern map here, trying to track down this section in the woods, see where these folks once lived. Following this dirt road out here in the woods, road into the past, going deeper into the wilderness in search of a lost cemetery. People once had a homestead out here, perhaps a ranch, and they owned some of the land in this area during the 1800s and early 1900s. From what I've learned, the cemetery dates back to around the early 1900s. It's just one of the many layers of history here in this area. Other people lived in the surrounding places here. It was once a town in the 1800s. This place, it's a ghost town today. Investigating this area, and there is an opening here. I'm seeing some depressions around the area, and can't confirm that these could be burial sites, but it is evidence of something that could be here. You can see where this clearing opens up. So there could have been a potential cemetery in this place of the woods. There's some ponds around the area as well, so this is higher ground. So we're going to keep exploring around this section. This area is located in Sumter County, Florida. And there's a lot of old towns and communities that once existed all throughout these areas. Now ghost towns, old settlements, lost to nature. And I'm out here tracking down and documenting what I can from the past. And it's really nice to enjoy the nature along the way. Now there's a clearing here and some higher ground, so perhaps this may be an area where the cemetery was. Let's investigate. See some of the depressions here in the ground. These could be natural, though. There's a thicket of woods here beyond this clearing. I'm gonna roam throughout that section. Taking a perimeter around this whole area and just exploring it, seeing what we can uncover. And so far in this area, these clearings are. I've seen several depressions, potential burial sites, looking for evidence of any sort of tombstones out here. Such an intriguing area. Beyond this clearing here, there's a pathway. It looks like an old pathway that goes out to this clearing from these woods I just walked into. And this path continues through here to another opening. Taking my time, just looking around this area, being very observant.
I'm going up ahead a little bit just to check out the area. I'll stay close.
Okay, I found another clearing too. I'm going to investigate this. Yeah, so this opens up right here. Surveying this old property out here. This would have been ideal for homestead area. It's built up around the surrounding woods here. There's some ponds, beautiful oak tree. Look at this. There's even some overgrown paths right through this area. Trails, probably roads used at one time to get back in here. This may be evidence from something here. Looks like a brick. This looks like part of a brick or something that was here. See this right here. And by this oak, there's even a depression in this area. Looks like an old piece of wood here. I was just exploring over there on that side of this pond area, and it's higher ground on that side of the woods. There's the oak tree, and that's where the brick was, in that area over there where I was exploring. So it's very interesting to find that out here in the middle of the woods. So I'm going to walk around this pond here, and on the other side is higher ground where the oak tree is, and it's the area where I saw that brick. Possible evidence of activity here in the past. Very intriguing place out here. I notice there's a pathway here. Leads over around this pond area. See remnants from an old fence here. Now, there may not be much left in this area where I'm exploring so far from what I'm seeing, but I am seeing bits and pieces, traces from the past. So I believe I'm onto something out here. There's remnants from an old fence right here. I saw some bricks and pieces of old wood throughout this area. Yeah, just near this section where this fence is, opens up, there's a clearing here. Let's look around. It's all part of the adventure, going off the beaten path. Here in this clearing, this may have been where the cemetery was, possibly. Seeing depressions in this area. Unfortunately, no tombstones as of yet. But according to some of the research, it's led me to this area in the woods. So there are several areas. There are several areas here where I've been surveying these woods, potential sites where the cemetery is. This is one of them here. This is part of the process, an adventure coming out here, tracking down these places of history, seeing what you can discover along the way. And this is just the beginning. This is really nice wildlife just up ahead. Some sandhill cranes roaming through the woods here, looking for food. Some beautiful oak trees out in this area. Checking out some of the research about this area indicates that the last time the burial site was seen in person was 1941 when a booklet of veteran burials was cataloged. Francis Marion Conyers was marked with a veteran's headstone back then. And hopefully it's only covered over with nature. This video is dedicated to the Sumter County Preservation Society, and I want to thank you so much for all that you do and for helping to provide some of the research to lead me to this area, to help track down some of the history in this place. I really appreciate it, and it's an honor to contribute and help out. Keep up the great work. I'll see you in the wilderness. This is really beautiful. You can smell the trees, plants, and flowers all throughout this area, immersed in nature. Opens up here, really scenic. Searching for this lost cemetery. Old settlement that was once here. Family owned the land in this area there in the 1800s into the early 1900s. And records indicate there's at least 2 burials in this area. Just some of the aspects of the history of this place where I'm exploring today. A lot of it's overgrown. And the last documented visit that I know of at this place was there in the 1940s. And at the time there was a headstone here and some evidence from the cemetery. Scouting this area, walking this entire perimeter of the woods, searching what I can, and so far this cemetery site is eluding me. There could be burials out in this area, just tombstones are long gone. The next step is to mark these areas on a map and get in contact with some people that can come out here with some ground penetrating radar technology and look for any possible burial sites in these areas and uncover this cemetery, uncover the history. Very neat trees out here, formations. Look at the trunk of this tree. A nice tree over there.